Hey guys, Quantum here. So, a couple cards have been announced as of yesterday in the OCG. Apparently, these are going to be new promo cards that are going to be in either V-Jump or anything of the sort. And there have been a couple that caught my interest. So, without further ado, I'm just going to say that Gem Knights, Machinas, like, all these archetypes, they deserve more support, and I'm actually glad that they did. Three in particular have caught my interest, and I want to talk to you guys about them. So without further ado, let's get the first one out of the way. The first and most obvious one, Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon. A generic rank 8 exceed, obviously, but in the case of Galaxies, we already know that it's not really that generic. You need 3 level 8s to bring it out, 4,000 attack, 3,500 defense, but unlike Neo Galaxy as Photon Dragon, you don't really need all 3 level 8 monsters in order to summon it. You can actually exceed summon it with a Galaxy Exceed monster, namely a Galaxy Eyes Tachyon or Neo Tachyon, Neo Photon, you guys know what I mean. And whatever overlay units it has, it becomes attached to it as well as overlay units. The downside here is the equipped spell card part, because we already know that Galaxies don't really use equipped spell cards. I think the only one that they use right now is Galaxy Zero. Now, to be fair, with Galaxy Zero, if you do revive number 107, and you overlay with that in order overlay itself in order to bring this guy out, you'll have at least 2 overlay units. So that right there is good enough, because its third effect is once per turn detach an overlay unit and destroy a face-up card. So it looks like Galaxy Zero is seeing a little bit more of more use actually, because now not only is it going to be used just to revive any Galaxy or Photon monster in order for it to be overlaid for something else. Like no, now well yeah it can, but now it's for something a lot more. Sometimes when you do have that lone Galaxy Zero, like you just revive the dragon in order for somebody to run into it. But other than that, now you can actually revive a Galaxy Exceed. How many times have we actually wanted to revive a Galaxy Eyes Exceed monster just for lols? Like now we actually can, and we can benefit off of that. As far as recommendations go, I recommend this guy at 1. The reason is because, well, think about it. Felgrand, number 62, number 107, even Alsay, they all outclass this guy. So therefore, it's only good just to keep this guy at 1. Next we have Spoiled Angel of the Ghost Trick. I'm pretty sure it's got a different name. I can only imagine. I'm hoping we don't call it this over here in the TCG, but I'm pretty sure we'll have some name for it over here. Okay, it's a rank 4 fairy monster. Do Ghost Tricks even have fairies? But then again, they're Ghost Tricks. I mean, they have a snowman in there. 2,000 attack, not bad. 2,500 defense. That should have been reversed. Should have. Okay, so you need 2 level 4 monsters in order to bring it out. Okay, that right there. When I first read this card, that stopped me right there, because I'm thinking like, wait a minute. Ghost Tricks, they only go as high as level 3. They don't have any level 4s. Like, this kind of, how are you going to bring this out? The only way you can do that is with Star Changer. Yeah, I kind of shut my mouth the second I read the rest of the effects. So yeah, she can be brought out by using the Ghost Trick Exceed, namely Alucard. It's like the second Exceed where you can overlay an Exceed monster with itself in order to bring the new one out. So just like the last one, whatever overlay units this Exceed material had becomes overlay units for this one. So its effect is once per turn, detach 1 overlay unit, only for you to search for a Ghost Trick card. So we'll actually spell on a trap card and then add it to your hand. And then once per turn, you can attach 1 Ghost Trick card from your hand to this card as an overlay unit. And once it has 10, you win the duel. That right there is Final Countdown cut in half. I for one don't really see this card pulling this off anytime soon, mainly because this is 10 turns that we're talking about here. And before I get more into that, I just want to say that I kind of called it on this one, not to brag or anything, but I kind of called it here. Like, I said that Ghost Tricks deserve their own boss monster. Like, well, you know what? Let this one be considered the boss monster, okay? Like, yeah, 2,000 attack, but, compared to the other ones, that's the highest attack out of all Ghost Trick cards, okay? Beating Stein, as well as beating Alucard in the extra deck. Even better, that it can still attack directly, given, the right circumstances with Ghost Trick Mansion. It can still attack directly, even after using its effect. That's 3 effects in 1 card. Now, while the win condition is possible to an extent, it's still kind of impossible to pull off. I mean, this is 10 turns we're talking about here. And just like Final Countdown, you're going to need to stall a whole lot more. But wait a minute. That's what Ghost Tricks already do. No longer will they be an engine to stall, to special summon itself, for tribute fodder for the monarchs or anything like that. Like, no. Now they actually have a legit reason to stall. Because that's what they've been doing this whole time. Now, as long as they keep stalling, maybe they might have a chance at activating this. Like, yeah, 10 turns, but how many times have Ghost Tricks stalled for that long? Maybe a lot more. Now, the reason I'm considering this the boss monster is because boss monsters, even for this archetype, boss monsters win the duel, and this one literally wins the duel. Its attack may not be much, because, 2000 attack, but still, by Ghost Trick standards, that's a lot, and that's definitely saying a lot right there, especially the win condition, like, yeah. So the fact that pure Ghost Tricks, and I mean that loosely, pure Ghost Tricks, given the fact that they can stall, they can benefit off of this card, and that's all the more reason to run this. And as far as recommendations go, I recommend this card at 2, because, you might not get it the first time, but it's good to have that second one there just in case, because you might be able to go off with the second one, because once you bring out the first one, like if it's still early game, if you're still stalling during that whole time, then with that second one you might be able to pull it off, unless your opponent decides to just up and quit. And last but not least, we have number 23, Lancelot. I don't know why it was called that one, seriously. Ghost Knight of the Underworld. Rank 8 Zombie XC, 2000 attack, 1500 defense. Generic rank 8. What else you got? 2 level 8 monsters. While it has overlay units, it can attack your opponent directly. That sounds good. Even better when it inflicts battle damage, and I'm pretty sure it will, given the fact that it can attack directly. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls, and then destroy it. Oh my god. And then once per turn during either player's turn, when a spell, trap, or monster effect except this card is activated, detach one overlay unit from this card and negate the activation. Wow. Galaxies, Gimmick Puppets, Heretic Dragons if you're still running with the rank 8s, Sylvans, if they're really going to go with the rank 8s, if they can balance out rank 8 and rank 7, this card is for you. See, unlike Heartland Draco, we don't have to detach an overlay unit in order to attack directly. It can just attack directly if we really wanted to. Also, once it inflicts battle damage, detach one overlay unit, destroy one face-up card your opponent controls. Also, you can negate cards. Like, that right there is good enough, especially in the game, in the format that we are in right now. Spell, trap, monster, especially monster negation, is what makes this game go off. So with that being said, I recommend this card at least maybe 1 or 2, up to you guys. But I'm pretty sure that only Galaxies would use this card at 1, Sylvans would tech it in at 1, Heretic Dragons, if they really wanted to, like I said, teching it in at 1, Gimmick Puppets, I'm pretty sure they'll go with 2. They're going to need that negation as well as the attacking directly, especially coming from this card. Alright guys, thanks for watching, I'll see you in the... Wait. They're OCG exclusives. Oh, what the fuck, Konami? Well, you know what, if we're waiting this long for OCG exclusives to make their way to the TCG, then I'm pretty sure we can wait a little while longer for these cards. I mean, we don't really need them right now, not right away. I'm pretty sure we can wait for these guys. It's just those, it's just more OCG exclusives that we need to wait for. So, given the fact that we'll probably wait another year for these guys, that shouldn't be no big deal. Alright guys, thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video. Lights out.